Students, will start the new topic today. We have seen yesterday different state of matter, solid, liquid and gas, and their characteristics. Okay, so now there's a question asked in your textbook: can matter change its state? That is from one state to another, that is solid to liquid, liquid to gases. Okay, so yes, it is possible. And how it is possible, we are going to see 2 points regarding that. The first one is effect of change of pressure, temperature, and the second is effect of change of pressure. Okay, so we are going to see the points one by one. The first point is change of temperature. Now let us see what the change of temperature does to the state of matter. Okay, so there is an activity in your textbook. I want you all going through this activity. It's an easy activity which you can understand just by the figure, that there is a liquid and you have to heat the ice. It will change into liquid and all, and the temperature changes. You can measure the temperature with the help of thermometer. Okay, now referring to that activity, there are certain points. Okay, on the next page, that is page number 7. Okay, and I've underlined the points. Please refer those points. Now whenever you are increasing the temperature, what happens? The solids, that activity we have seen of ice, the solids get kinetic energy. Okay, and what happens when the kinetic energy is given to the solids? Okay, due to increase in this kinetic energy, the particle starts vibrating, and they vibrate with a great speed. So it's like you only, if you get energy, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit at one place? No, you are going to move around, right? The same thing happens with the particles inside the solids. They get energy, they start vibrating, they start moving. Okay, now this energy, which is supplied by the heat, it overcomes the forces of attraction between the particles, because solid particles are very closely and very compact, so they are near to each other. Now this force of attraction is overcome by this energy. That means the particles leave their positions. Okay, and they start moving more freely. Now a stage is reached when this solid melts and it's converted into liquid. Now this, which I have highlighted in a zigzag manner, is definition of melting point. So in your textbook, wherever I have highlighted in this zigzag manner and made a square bracket, that's a definition. So the minimum temperature at which a solid melts to become liquid at the atmospheric pressure is called melting point. So this is the definition of melting point. Okay, now the strength of the force of attraction between its particle defines the melting point. More stronger the force of attraction, more will be the melting point. Less strength of the force, less will be the melting point. Okay, now the melting point of ice, this is what you have to remember, is 273.15 Kelvin. Okay, now what is Kelvin and what is its relation with degree centigrade? There's a note given below your textbook. Can you see this? That 0 degree centigrade is equal to 2.73.15 Kelvin. So this is the conversion. Okay, suppose I have got 1 degree centigrade, then I have to add 273.15 plus 1, that will give me 274.15 Kelvin. Okay, now there's a question asked in your textbook: when a solid melts, its temperature remains the same. So where does the heat go? So once it starts melting at this temperature, okay, till the complete solid changes into liquid, the temperature does not change. Now why does this happen? Now this happens because there is the heat that is given to the body, okay, is taken away by the particles present. Each particle of solid gets converted into liquid. Okay, so till the melting point is reached, the system does not change the temperature. This heat which you are giving after it starts melting is used up in changing the state by overcoming the forces of attraction between the particles. Okay, so just imagine you have a piece of ice. There are so many particles in that. So each particle has to overcome the force and it has to change from solid to liquid. Okay, so imagine till each and every particle changes into liquid, you can't, the temperature won't increase. Now the heat energy is absorbed by this ice without showing any increase in temperature. Now this hidden heat which does not show the increase in your thermometer, that is known as latent heat. Now the latent heat means hidden. It's a meaning of word latent. Okay. Now there is another definition in your textbook, latent heat of fusion. That is the amount of energy required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid at a particular atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called latent heat of fusion. Okay. Now there is one give reason. The water at 0 degree, that is 273 Kelvin, has more energy compared to the particles of ice at the same temperature. Okay, that is because of this reason. Thank you. We'll continue next time.